Hey there, Leo. It's Jen here. I'm doing your 2021 overview reading. So I did a little channeling first, and then we'll look at the cards. I haven't looked at the cards yet, um, but I got a couple of just sort of random things. Like smile was the first thing I heard. Smile. Um, and then I got this image of you getting the lighting just right, staging something. So it could be maybe you have to give a presentation and you're working from home and you want to make sure that the lighting's right and the background's right and the time of day you're going to be on is just right so you're not in the shadow. I'm terrible about that. Um, or you could be staging a house for sale, or it could be something to do with your job. Um, Curating something just to give the mood and the appearance that you want. This was so bizarre. And again, this was so random. I almost don't want to say it, but I'm just going to say it. I saw this montage, I guess. I think that's the right word, of images, faces, mostly men, historical men, morphing into cartoons, morphing into aliens, morphing into someone wearing a gas mask, morphing into an elf, it was just so random. But cartoon really stuck out to me, so I don't know if some of you sketch or think about doing cartoons or do that type of drawing or like cartoons. I don't know, but cartoons really stood out to me. When I went to deal your cards, I heard romance first. So I pulled these cards for romance first, but I thought you'll be putting romance first this year. It will be connecting with someone, making them a priority, really keeping that balance, that work-life balance very delineated so you can continue to spend quality time or spend quality time with someone new this year. I see some of you just declaring you're done with fill in the blank, watching the news, eating meat, social media. Um, I see you said being very goal oriented and declaring, I'm going to run a marathon and start working out, start training for that marathon, making a plan. I'm cleaning the garage. I'm decluttering this. I'm selling all of this stuff. I'm just making some declarations like that. But I really do see you following through, checking things off your to-do list, being very productive and energetic. And then I see that some of you may have this desire to do something the way they did it back in the day, maybe before electricity or running water, or just more rustic or roughing it, or growing your own food and canning your own food. Um, and things like that. It's more labor intensive, manual labor, but you want you want you want the experience. You want to do that, put that work in, and so you may be studying that and planning for that for the coming year. You're already like, I'm gonna have. If I have to, I'll grow stuff inside, or I'm going to, right, grow my own vegetables, do my own thing. I see maybe even wanting to live on a sustainable farm, cut your own firewood. Some of you may be going to a cabin that maybe has no amenities, where you have to collect your own water and boil your own water, um, and then maybe make a plan to hike a trail, hike the Appalachian Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, whatever. Hike all the peaks of the summer. If you have mountains around you in the area, a lot of people do that around here. Have you? I don't. I've watched it a couple times when it first came out, but I haven't watched it. That show called Alone, where you're dropped off alone. I think you can bring stuff with you. Um, And then you have to see how whoever makes it the longest. I don't know if you've been watching that or thinking of applying to try to get on the show. But then I also maybe see you thinking of moving to a different country. I'm going to move to Costa Rica and live more simply, and or maybe some volunteering that would involve traveling to places that don't have the infrastructure, like um, a less developed country. So, Doctors Without Borders, Habitat for Humanity. Um, I don't know if that's international, but just volunteering, the Peace Corps, something like that. Libra is coming through in this reading. You, Leo, have been in so many people's readings for the last couple of readings here. I don't know. I just keep seeing Leo the Lion, Leo the Lion. So I don't know if people are just feeling Leo energy and very energetic and charismatic and excited and motivated, or if you're sort of in everyone's business, or that sounds negative. It just very social. That's a better way to say it because I didn't mean it to be negative. Or a lot of people are crushing on you, or you're crushing, or maybe you're playing the field and dating a lot. Um, I guess I would just say people are very interested in you, and you may hurt some feelings if you're not upfront with people that you are. Hey, look, I'm dating. I have, and make sure they understand where you're coming from. I do see you if you do have more than one person you're dating. Either it's almost, I almost feel like maybe you're dating some people and you're having trouble kind of deciding, but it's because none of them are really hitting you right. And then someone new comes in, and all of a sudden, you're just those other people you just have no interest in because you're so consumed with this new person. They just really match on some level that you've been looking for, but it's intangible. You just knew other relationships weren't right, and this one just, wow, you're like, this is the match I've been looking for. This is what I've been waiting for. So these bottom cards here are this is the energy you're coming into this year with. And then where's my little incense stick I've been using? And then these are more spiritual, overall, general messages. This is career and this is romance. So let's see what energy you're coming in. Wow, with the magician. And I see that. You're manifesting, you're energetic, you're setting goals, you're making things making things happen. Very action oriented, manifesting, taking charge, and understanding that you have everything you need to create the life you want, and creating it and doing it. The magician to me is all the aces, Ace of Wands, so energy, passion, inspiration. The Ace of Cups, new love, new emotional beginning. Ace of Swords, really getting clear on what you want, being honest, communication. And the Ace of Pentacles, which is tangibly making your thoughts and desires and emotions, all of those things, practically implementing them and walking the walk. Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles to me is about boundaries, and about boundaries I got borders, boundaries. The Four of Pentacles, it can be holding on too tight and being too materialistic, but it can also, again, be about setting strong boundaries and having values and hard no's and not settling. Two of Swords. Here's that decision I was feeling that you have to make a decision. And I think if you're having trouble making the decision, it's because neither choice is right at this time. You're still waiting for the right thing to come along. And that will become very clear when the new thing presents itself. But until then, you may have a little bit of analysis paralysis or be a little stuck because you're not really sure. It's because just the right thing hasn't come along yet. Wow, here's the inspiration, that Page of Wands, that energy, the motivation, the new beginnings, the goal setting, the movement. These are messages as well. You may be texting a lot, sexting, because this is the passion. Maybe you've been, yeah, I almost see her. She's holding things very close to her chest. Maybe you've been sort of a confirmed bachelor or bachelorette or whatever, but it's because it's like that George Clooney thing. Oh, he doesn't want to get married. He's never going to get married. But I think he just didn't settle, and didn't mean any of the women that he dated were any less. Just it's whether the two people are a match for each other, and he just didn't settle down. He would date people for a couple years, enough to really get to know them. I have no idea. Maybe he's a pig, but and if it wasn't working, he didn't string them along. He ended the relationship, and then whatever his wife came along, and it just seems like it was the right time, the right match. So maybe you've been accused of not opening up or not being intimate or not being a little distant, and it's just because the right thing hadn't come along, and you knew that you would know it when you felt it. It wasn't even necessarily something tangible you could describe to people. But that's where maybe some indecision had been, because the right thing hadn't presented itself yet. These are career. Wow. Six of Wands. There you go. So a raise, recognition, promotion. If you want to start your own business, success. Maybe you start a company and you're going to sell it and make money. Someone investing in you or your work. Contracts signed. Definitely, if you apply for a job or a raise, a promotion, that's going to be a done deal. It's going to be signed off on and official. None of this, oh yeah, we'll give you a change your title, but not, and give you more responsibility and work, but not compensate you for that. That's not going to happen. You could be holding out for, some of the holding out could be in the career front as well. This fire energy. There's some creativity in your work that you're enjoying, that you're infusing into your work. Your determination to see things through is part of what is bringing about this victory. The mature wand cards they're able, like you, Leo, they're able to maintain their enthusiasm and motivation. And so you're showing that in all areas of your life. And if you say, I'm going to run a marathon, damn it, you're going to train and do it. They see things through to the end. So that type of staying positive, staying motivated, really will go a long way in your career. People like that vibe. People like hard workers. People like people who meet their goals and follow things through to the end and don't get sort of negative. You're able to stay positive. And let's get to these romance cards, because I heard romance first. Wow, 10 of Cups. Whew, chills. Happily ever after. Family, the right combination. One unit. really coming together with someone to build a lasting foundation that will lead to kids and um, all, or whatever it is that your happily ever after is, because your happily ever after may not look like this, but if it does look like this, um, either the person you're with going into 2021 or the person you're going to meet will be the one. But again, you're manifesting this by being really clear and intentional. Seven of Pentacles, it's time. You know it's time. It's time to settle down. It's time to move in together. It's time to get engaged. It's time to get married. It's time to start the family. It's time to buy a house. Whatever your thing is, it's you've gotten to know each other long enough to be able to make that decision, or to know that it's not right and move on. You know, it's time to do one or the other. It's time to say, nope, it's just I'm not feeling it, and make the decision to not go with someone and someone new comes in. I see someone new coming in really fast. That's very much the right match for you. Or you just know this is the right match. You've given it the time and it's time to now take that next step. Ten of Wands. If a relationship isn't right, you're going to move on from it. You just have to go with your feelings, Leo. I don't know how else to say it. If you're trying to talk yourself into something, this analysis paralysis decision down here, that right there shows you it's not right. If you're having to negotiate or talk yourself into something or rationalize something, then it's not right. And I think you're going to come to that realization and say, what am I doing? Why am I trying to make myself feel like this is the right thing? If it's not the right thing, it's not the right thing, and that's okay. And you've gained more information, gathered more information about, oh, there's a pileated woodpecker right outside my window. You've gathered more information about what works, what doesn't, and you know more. You can better manifest and understand the energy you want to bring into your life. But something has been a bit of a burden. It's been weighing on you. Something's been weighing on you. And it's time to unburden yourself, whatever that means in your situation. There may have been some relationship that started out really passionate and fiery, but then didn't have the sustainability to go forward. Maintaining your standards and your values and your boundaries in a positive way is victory, and you get your happily ever after. So don't compromise yourself for other people. Don't try to continue to be authentic, and then you will find the match that works with your authenticity. Trying to morph yourself to fit into someone else's life is not where you're going to find your success. It will become a burden. Okay, Leo, thanks for joining me. I hope you have an amazing year, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.